What if everything you've been told about attracting women is completely wrong? Most men spend years trying to impress women, buying expensive drinks, flexing their achievements, saying all the right things, and still go home alone. But there's a method so counterintuitive, so psychologically powerful, that once you understand it, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. And no, it's not manipulation. It's not tricks. It's something far more dangerous than that. It's the truth. Stay with me until the end, because the final piece is the one thing most men will never do, and it's the reason they stay stuck. 1. The biggest lie men believe about seduction. Every man has been sold the same story: be impressive enough, and she'll want you. So men work on their cars, their bank accounts, their muscles, all trying to prove they're worthy of attention. But here's what nobody tells you. Women don't choose men who try to prove themselves. They choose men who don't feel the need to prove anything at all. The moment you walk into a room trying to impress, you've already lost. Not because you're not good enough, but because that energy, that desperate need for approval, is the single biggest repellent known to attraction science. The dirtiest secret starts here. Stop trying. 2. What seduction actually means. The word seduction has been corrupted. People think it means manipulation, games, or some sleazy script you run on unsuspecting women. That's not what we're talking about. Real seduction is about creating a feeling. It's about making someone feel so seen, so understood, so comfortable in your presence that they can't quite explain why they want to keep talking to you. It's not about what you say. It's about what you make her feel. Psychology calls this emotional resonance, and it's the foundation of every great love story, every lasting relationship, and yes, every powerful attraction. When a woman feels truly understood by a man, her brain releases the same chemicals associated with trust, safety, and yes, desire. That's not dirty. That's biology. 3. The eye contact trick that changes everything. Here's where it starts getting uncomfortable for most men. Studies from the University of Aberdeen found that sustained, warm eye contact signals not just confidence, but genuine interest. Not the creepy stare, not the nervous glance away. Steady, soft, present eye contact that says, "I see you and I'm not afraid to." Most men cannot hold eye contact for more than 3 seconds before looking away. That one habit, that tiny moment of breaking contact, communicates anxiety, low confidence, and disinterest all at once. Practice holding eye contact until she looks away first. Not as a power move, but as a declaration: I am here, I am present. You have my full attention. Women are starving for that kind of presence from a man. 4. Why being too nice is killing your chances. This one is going to sting, but it needs to be said. Being nice is not the problem. Being nice without boundaries is. There's a version of nice that women find deeply attractive. It's warmth, it's generosity, it's emotional availability. But there's another version of nice that repels. It's the man who agrees with everything she says, who never challenges her, who rearranges his entire schedule the moment she texts, who treats her like a fragile object to be carefully handled. That version of nice signals one thing loud and clear: I don't value myself. And here's the brutal truth: if you don't value yourself, she won't either. Attraction is built on polarity. She needs to feel like she's with someone who has his own world, his own convictions, his own life, and she gets to be a part of it. 5. The power of tension and how to create it. This is the part most dating advice skips over entirely. Tension is not conflict. Tension is not rudeness. Tension is that electric feeling between two people when something is left unsaid. It's the pause before the punchline. It's the look that lasts a second longer than it should. It's walking away from a conversation while it's still going well. Great tension is created by one thing: not giving everything away at once. Most men, when they meet a woman they like, immediately dump their entire personality, life story, and intentions in the first conversation. They leave nothing to the imagination. But desire lives in the gap between what is and what could be. If she already knows everything about you, there's nothing left to discover. And discovery is what fuels attraction. 6. Speak less, mean more. Men who talk too much are everywhere. Men who speak with intention are rare, and rare things are always more valuable. This doesn't mean being cold or mysterious for the sake of it. It means every word you say should carry weight. Ask questions that go deeper than the surface. Instead of "what do you do for work?" try "what's something you're working on right now that actually excites you?" Instead of giving compliments about her looks, which every other man does, notice something specific. The way you told that story. You clearly love making people laugh. That kind of observation tells her you were actually paying attention. And attention, real genuine attention, is one of the most seductive things a man can offer in a world full of distracted people staring at their phones. 7. The role of humor, used correctly. Humor is not about being a comedian. It's not about rehearsed jokes or one-liners you Googled before the date. Real humor in attraction is about showing that you don't take life, or yourself, too seriously. It's the ability to laugh at a situation, to be playful, to find the absurd in the ordinary. When you can make a woman laugh, genuinely laugh, not politely chuckle, you've done something remarkable. You've lowered her guard. You've made her associate your presence with a good feeling. And the brain is wired to seek out what makes it feel good. But here's the key. Never use humor to deflect from real moments. Know when to be funny, and know when to be serious. The man who can do both is almost impossible to forget. 8. Vulnerability is the most underrated seduction tool. Most men think vulnerability is weakness. The most attractive men in the world know it's the opposite. Sharing something real, a fear, a failure, a moment of uncertainty, does something that no amount of bragging or posturing ever can. It creates connection. It signals emotional courage. And emotional courage is one of the most quietly powerful things a man can display. You don't need to pour out your trauma on a first conversation. You just need to be willing to say something true. "I used to be terrible at this. That actually scared me. I didn't handle that as well as I should have." Those small admissions build more trust in 30 seconds than 3 hours of trying to look impressive. She doesn't want a perfect man. She wants a real one. 9. Why most men fail at the critical moment. Everything can be going perfectly. The conversation is flowing, the energy is electric, she's laughing and leaning in, and then the man does one of two things. He either panics and does nothing, letting the moment pass like a train he was too afraid to board, or he overreaches, pushing too hard and shattering the mood entirely. The critical moment in attraction requires one thing above all else: decisiveness. Not aggression, not pressure, just clarity. "I'd like to see you again. Are you free this week?" Simple, direct, confident. That's it. Women are not looking for perfect lines. They're looking for a man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to say so, respectfully, clearly, without desperation. That combination is rarer than most men realize. 10. The thing nobody talks about, your energy. You can follow every tip in this piece and still fail if your energy is off. Energy is the sum total of how you feel about yourself when nobody's watching. It's the quiet confidence of a man who knows his worth. It's the relaxed body language of someone who doesn't need this conversation to go a certain way to feel okay about himself. Women pick up on energy before a single word is spoken, before the eye contact, before the humor, before the vulnerability. She's already reading you. And what she's reading is not your clothes or your height or your bank account. She's reading your relationship with yourself. The work of seduction, at its deepest level, is the work of becoming a man who genuinely likes who he is. Everything else flows from that, the final piece, and the one most men ignore. Here it is. The thing I promised you at the beginning, the part most men will never do. After everything, the eye contact, the tension, the humor, the vulnerability, the decisiveness, the single most powerful thing you can do is simply this: make her feel like her time with you was worth it. Not because you performed well, not because you said the right things, but because she walked away from that conversation feeling better about herself than when she walked in. The greatest seducers in history weren't remembered for what they said. They were remembered for how they made people feel. If every woman you interact with walks away feeling more seen, more interesting, more alive, you will never struggle with attraction again. That's not a trick, that's a standard. Set it. Final thoughts. Seduction is not a manipulation tactic, it's not a script. It's the art of becoming someone worth knowing, and having the courage to show up as that person fully, without apology. Everything we've covered here, The presence, the tension, the realness, the decisiveness is available to any man willing to do the inner work. The men who understand this don't chase women. They become someone worth choosing. If this opened your eyes to something new, then you already know what to do. Subscribe to the channel right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what's coming next will go even deeper. We're just getting started, and you do not want to miss what's ahead. The next video might be the one that changes everything for you.